Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths. When you think about this, statistically, majority or if not all narcissists that are involved in your life will stalk their former supply in some way, somehow. Either, the variant will occur either if they do it in person or they do it through, a digital window online, viewing your life if you're on social media online, right? This is, a huge statistic that they do, right? And even in non-narcissistic relationships, this occurs, right? Former partners spy on each other through social media or start stalking. This really occurs, right? Now, if you're not on social media, and they're not physically stalking, then you're driving them insane because they haven't got a glimpse into your world, right? This is what these people do. They've got a streak in them that makes them curious. They want to know what's going on. They could have made out you're nothing. They could have made out you're nothing. They want nothing to do with you. And they'll still be there watching, right? They're fucking complete deranged weirdos, right? They're complete deranged weirdos. But look, this is the facts of the matter is narcissistic individuals take their partners for granted, right? They take their partners for granted. And you being a chosen one and an empath, you are high value. You've got a lot of positive traits about you and characteristics. You've got a beautiful aura. You're a beautiful soul. And they honestly took you for granted, right? They took you for granted. It's something they do. They're selfish. They're selfish. Forget about the baiting that existed early on. And what I mean by baiting is them casting their line into the empath ocean or the chosen one ocean and basically periodically, catching onto your positive attributes, right? People call it the love bomb, but really they're just bouncing off what is apparent in their sight. They're just bouncing off that. They're just bouncing off what is apparent in you, and they're picking those things out. People always think it's all lies, it's all lies, the narcissist lies. Narcissists tell a lot of truth, right? And they do this early days on. They can see you're a wonderful human being. They can see you've got a beautiful aura and you're full of light and you've got wonderful and positive qualities. And they will point these out to you, right? To bring your guard down. They'll point these out to you and you'll start giving back to them because you think you're in a reciprocal relationship. So you'll start praising them or giving them positive feedback. And realistically, this baiting that occurred was a motive. It was an operation. They had the hidden hand of deviancy behind it, which they wanted to exploit you, And the more that you praise them or you start to return the energy back to them and build them up and make them feel good about themselves as well, right, is when they start to get an inflated sense of self. And this is when they'll start to take you for granted more and more and more and more, But this behavior of taking the chosen one and empath for granted can really take its toll on the chosen one and empath, right? Being around that kind of negativity day in and day out of someone taking you for granted, not giving you your props, not giving you your dues, right? It can really have an adverse effect on the chosen one and empath. It's not the type of treatment that you deserve to be around. You don't deserve to be around that type of behavior. You honestly don't deserve to be around that type of behavior whatsoever, you know, and it can really grind you down being around that day in and day out. You know, it can really grind you down. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Just like this video shown up for you. Help with the algorithm and let it show up for someone else in a time of need. Thank you so much. But you know, they realize eventually, you know, they take you for granted, they push you away, they abuse you, and, you know, the relationship ends up in some kind of tragedy, some kind of mess, some kind of diabolical situation. You know, most likely you're splitting paths, or you're in the process of splitting paths, you know, and then they get the harsh realization that they screwed shit up, you know. They get the realization that they screwed this up, and that's when the regret starts to kick in with them. You know, they're low functional human beings, very low functional they're vibrating at a very low frequency, these narcissistic individuals, right? And, you know, sometimes you could spell it out for them. You know, they can have something glaring in their face, like a chosen one and an empath in their lives. They can have someone that's loyal, they can have someone that's kind, they can have someone that's empathetic, there's someone that's generous, someone that's pure, there's someone that's loving. All of the beautiful traits that you have is glaring them square in the face, right? And they just can't see it, you know? And it's only till that moment, you know, when they lose you, and it doesn't have to be that you walked out the door. They could have lost you through their own doing. You know, like they could have discarded you. It doesn't have to be you cutting them off, but it could be you cutting them off, or it could be through their own doing, like them discarding you or reverse discarding you, you know. And then they get the realization of the fact, and the regret starts to kick in, and it's a self-absorbed regret, right? It's not a regret that they feel bad for things they've done to you and they'll correct the error of their ways. It's a self-absorbed regret because of how they're feeling in that current state, you know, without having you around. How you used to pick them up, how you used to make them feel day in and day out when you used to communicate with them and be loving towards them and show them support and care. They felt nourished, they felt vitalized, they felt alive, you know. And it's only when that factor, you being the factor, the huge factor, in fact, you know, is taken out of their lives, for whichever reason, discard, reverse discard, or you cut them off because they become too toxic, do they get that realization? And this self-absorbed regret kicks in. You know, they feel bad about themselves, you know, losing out on something that was special. You know, they try and mask the pain and cover the wound and try and find someone to facilitate the spot that you used to play in their life, the role that you used to play in their life. And that doesn't work out for them, you know. And this regret grows and grows and stays with them, you know. So what you got to understand is this is what they go through. It's just what they go through. It's just part of the process, you know. The same way that people say narcissists go through the cycle of love bomb, devaluation, discard, or whatever, right? This is just a cycle of events, right? They go through the baiting, love bomb. They love bomb you about things that are apparent and they are true and they're really there. They are really apparent in your life. They are really apparent in your characteristics, in your persona. You know, they're really apparent things that they're preying on with their hidden hand and hidden motive. Then they go through the process. They devalue you. They take you for granted. They're very selfish. Then the relationship comes to an end. It doesn't always have to be a discard, but it could be reverse discard, or you cut them off because they become too toxic. And either or, then they get the harsh realization that they've lost the chosen one, an empath, and they become a diabolical mess, you know. And then they're out there searching for your replacement, trying to fill that void, you know, that can't be replaced. You know, you're irreplaceable. Then they're trying to find someone to replace you, and that's what their life's work becomes, you know. So basically, they will be suffering from this self-absorbed regret. It doesn't go away. It's not something that actually goes away. It's something that lives with them. It's something that haunts them. it's something that will stay with them through time. You know, it won't ease, it won't let up, you know, because they'll have constant reminders, you know, wherever they go in their world, and not just in romantic relationships, but when they're engaging with friends, when they're engaging with family members, when they're engaging in colleagues at work, you know, or even, you know, dusty new supplies, you know, they'll have a harsh, stern reminder that none of these people equate to the level that you used to offer. And it's highly unlikely, if not basically not possible, that they're going to come across, you know, another chosen one or empath again. You know, they only get one shot at this, you know, and you was that shot in their life, you know. And, you know, the thing is you can bring your positivity, your beautiful characteristics, your beautiful aura to someone who's deserving of having that. You know, they've revealed their true selves. You've woken up. You know what they are now. You know, they don't deserve to have you, and you need to know that. Like, they don't deserve to have you. They never did, you know? They never did, right? And you can find someone so much better than them. You can honestly find someone so much better than them. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you would like to donate to the channel, you don't have to. But if you'd like to contribute or support or donate to the channel, you can always find a link in the description box. But like I say, you don't have to. It's just, you know, I put out this content for free. But if any of you would like to support, I thank you in advance. It will be greatly appreciated. But before I draw the video to a close, I want to bring something to your attention. I've launched a new free community forum on the membership website. It's open for everyone to use to build, expand, and connect with fellow survivors. I'm looking at the longevity of the forum, as I should have created one when I first launched the membership site. I'm also running one-to-one sessions. If you want tailor-made advice and me to shed some light on your issues, you can always reach out. The empath group meeting is coming up on the 28th, and there is a new WhatsApp and Telegram group created for survivors to stay in touch. Lastly, if you want crisis email support and a plan of action, the links for all I've mentioned are in the description box below. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon, and there's a video that I want you to check out that may be beneficial to your situation. Yeah, it will be it can be a helpful video. You know, it will give you some insight and some clarity about where they're going, you know, especially if you're out of the relationship now, about where they're going. You know, it's called The Narcissist Lost Everything. What happens next will shock you, and the link for that video should come up here now. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.